Hey, good evening, everyone. It's the Tuesday evening edition of Weather for Weather Geeks here on December 1st. I'm trying to power through a really sore throat this evening, so I'm going to try to keep this as brief as I can. As we go into the night tonight, we're dealing with clouds and a little bit of damp weather, but it's just that. It's a little bit. The radar's been a little deceiving today because it hasn't shown a lot, but underneath the radar beam, there's been a lot of really light rain and drizzle throughout the day. And here at 7:05 p.m., here's what the radar looked like with a few returns on the radar across our viewing area and off to the west as well. And I'll put a loop on this over the last, let's go over the last 2 hours. And as you can see, everything's kind of drifting off to the east this evening. Our high-resolution futurecast model showing us what the radar should look like as we go through the night tonight. Well, what you see is what you get. A lot of clouds around, not much in the way of rain. Now, it's kind of interesting as we go into the early morning tomorrow. Here's 5:30 or so in the morning. Wave of low pressure along our old front will be riding up the spine of the Appalachians, and it might spread some light rain as far west as parts of our viewing area, right in through here. Most of it's going to be out towards Pittsburgh and points east, but I wouldn't be surprised if we had a little bit of light rain before daybreak tomorrow in parts of Columbiana County, maybe Lawrence County as well. For the rest of us, we hang out of the clouds through the morning, through daybreak. And as we go into tomorrow afternoon, just a pretty cloudy, uneventful day, it looks like, for our Wednesday. So that's the way things look in the short term as far as precipitation. Now, it's warm outside. We've reached a new high for the day. Earlier on, our high was 54, but here in the 7 o'clock hour, look, it's 57 degrees in Youngstown, 57 in Pittsburgh. The front is just off to the west, so it's dropped to 49 in Cleveland. Look out well to our west, it's in the 30s in Indianapolis. So that's the cooler air that's going to start making inroads as we go through the next 24 hours or so. I still think we'll have a chance to get into the upper 40s tomorrow afternoon, but the true cool air will then push in tomorrow night and heading into the day on Thursday as well. So here's a look at Futurecast. There's our front pushing through as we speak. As we go into tomorrow, the RPM model here actually shows a little bit of a shower or two trying to pop up in the afternoon. Not sure I buy that at this point. I think it's a pretty cloudy day, but I don't think rain is real likely, as the model shows here, right around midday. Now, as we go into tomorrow night, our upper level low will swing overhead. The atmosphere will cool, and I do think there can be some snow showers around tomorrow night, wee hours of Thursday morning. And you might wake up Thursday morning to maybe some candy coatings, and maybe even a little more. I'll show you a graphic in just a second. By Thursday afternoon, we're just left with clouds and chilly temperatures. Maybe a rain shower or a sprinkle. That should be about it. We should have a little bit more in the way of sunshine then for our Friday. The models are, at least at the Youngstown Warren Airport, all under an inch worth of snow tomorrow night, with our in-house RPM model spiking up to about an inch on its latest run. So it's kind of an outlier at this point. The National Weather Service has an area of generally an inch in this kind of dark gray up just north of I-80 into northern Trumbull over into northern Mercer as well, and some 2-inch totals into far northwestern PA into southwestern New York. That's what the Weather Service forecast has. The rest of us would be under 1 inch worth of snow. Here's the odds I put on someone seeing over an inch Wednesday night and into Thursday. The first contour here, this bright green, is 20%. So you got a 20% chance of an inch or more northern Trumbull, northern Mercer. Your odds get a little higher up into Crawford County, Ashtabula County, and the highest odds overall over into the Bradford, PA area, Jamestown, New York, places like that. So bottom line for you, by tomorrow night into early Thursday, especially if you're north of I-80, you might see some coatings. Can't even rule out someone getting an inch on the grass, particularly in the far northern part of our viewing area by Thursday morning. All right, as far as the longer range goes, here's Friday and the weekend. This circular area right here, that's the center of a high-pressure zone that will be overhead on Friday. That's why we'll see some increase in the way of sunshine by Friday afternoon. Chilly day. As we head into the weekend, that high is just going to drop an anchor. Looks like a beautiful weekend. That high just spreading its wings, and a beautiful-looking day on Saturday. Bright and sunny after a chilly start. We'll get into the middle and upper 40s in the afternoon. Sunday looks like a repeat performance, although the GFS does try to bring in a few more clouds here on Sunday. Notice the European has kind of a similar idea. So Sunday might not be quite as bright and sunny as Saturday, but still a nice day, and it should be dry as well. And early next week, not a lot going on just yet on Monday. All right, I wanted to look back at the last 20 winters. The red dashed line is our average temperature in the winter season, December, January, February. The line that moves around here is our winter temperatures over the last 20 years. Notice the last couple, of course, have been well below average. Before that, we had a couple of mild winters in a row in 2011 and 12 and 2012 into 13. It was warmer than average by a couple of degrees, but the last two have been pretty harsh. These last two winters have been the biggest back-to-back punch we've had since the late 70s. As far as the last strong El Nino that was anywhere near the strength that the current one is, that was the winter of 97-98, which is way up here. One of the warmest winters on record here, with average temperatures around 34 degrees. So that's kind of a snapshot of the last 20 winters. What do we expect this winter? We put this forecast out, excuse me, about a month ago. Still like the forecast. The most consistent cold weather late in the winter, into February. Early in the winter, this month, in December, still expecting a warm month, especially the first half of the month. But for the winter as a whole, we should come out around maybe a degree or so above average for the 3-month period. Last year and the year before, we were at 4.5 degrees below average. So this winter for the 3-month period should end up being about 5.5 degrees warmer. That's a significant change. So sure, we're going to have some cold and some snow at times this winter, but the flavor of the winter should be a lot different than the last couple. Well, that's the Tuesday night weather for Weather Geeks. Thanks for sticking with me and my voice, everyone. Hope you have a great Tuesday night. You can catch my forecast tonight with Derek Steyer and Leslie Barrett on 21 News at 11 o'clock. We'll see you then.